What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming back to my channel. I'm so glad to be back. I was gone for about a week, had a bunch of things going on, had some stuff I had to take care of. Everything's good. I'm back. Super happy to be talking to you guys. And I got myself a new microphone set up, so the sound quality should be a lot better. I had a new camera. It wasn't working. I had to send it back. I got another one coming. I got some other cool things coming for the kind of the studio setup. So we're getting some professional grade quality coming at you guys. Thank you guys for sticking with me through some of the past videos that listen, I completely understand the sound and video quality isn't anywhere near where I want them to be, but you guys that have subscribed to my channel, that have been leaving me the comments and the thumbs up, I appreciate you guys so much for sticking with me. I promise we're getting there, guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button down below. Listen, join me on this journey. We have an awesome community here. I know 170 subscribers isn't a lot, but listen, like I said, the comments you guys leave me, the back and forth, the differing of opinions, the motivation, you guys are awesome. Like, I can't even imagine having one of these huge channels with this big giant community of people like you guys. I'm super excited. You guys keep me pumped, keep me wanting to make videos, keep me wanting to, bring you guys all this great content. So with that being said, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Join this awesome community, and let's jump into it. What are we talking about today? Well, what the hell else is everybody talking about? Politics, Hollywood, sure. Well, we could be talking about pro sports too. That's a big thing. But we're going to go with Hollywood today. Who are we talking about today? Well, we got a couple of, isn't it always, tweets. We're going to be talking about a couple of huge stars that made some tweets this past week that kind of made headlines, I guess you could say. One, complete disappointment to me. Complete dumbass. Just typical super left liberal knucklehead, which I didn't really know this guy was that, but I didn't really care. I think his movies are super funny. I was a big fan. And now I'm disappointed. Who am I talking about? None other than Seth Rogen. Listen, guys, I'm a huge Seth Rogen fan. I love Seth Rogen's movies. I think there's a couple movies that he's done that were kind of dumb, but that's kind of his shtick, is the toilet humor on some of his movies. But he's funny. I think the guy's a riot. I should have figured, but I never really, when I watch his movies, think about what political leanings he has. But of course, he's a lefty liberal, and I always say to you guys, I'm not a conservative or a liberal or progressive or a Democrat or Republican. I'm just a knucklehead that tries to use common sense and logic to figure things out. Like I said before, I was living on the streets for years, homeless, strung out on drugs, Decided to think for myself 5 or 6 years ago when I got my life together, and I can't get down with the ramblings of these people like Seth Rogen on the left. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, so he had a Twitter war with Ted Cruz. And listen, do I like Ted Cruz? Do I dislike Ted Cruz? I'm not a real big fan of any politicians. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion about Ted Cruz. But Ted Cruz isn't a fascist. He's just not. He decided this whole thing that happened at the Capitol when they were talking about Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz, that AOC Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was saying that they should be expelled from the Senate or whatever. Why? What they were doing was constitutional. It was just a debate about the irregularities they saw. But then you get people like Seth Rogen, typical Hollywood lefty liberal, just saying the dumbest stuff. Like, okay, so his tweet is F off, you fascist. Ted Cruz a fascist? Like, enough. The name callings, the racist, the white supremacist, all these Nazis, all these names that the left calls people on the right. It's so overplayed that those words mean nothing at all anymore. They don't mean a thing. Like, a fascist, Ted Cruz is a fascist? Really? Donald Trump was really a fascist? Nazi? Come on. Like, these people, it's just typical leftist, liberal, elite BS. Like, so, all right, I just made that a little bigger. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I'm going to read it. So, Seth Rogen and Ted Cruz are going back and forth. Seth Rogen says, F off, you fascist. And someone says, Seth, dear, you need to get a dictionary with correct political definitions. You just sound really dumb. Bingo! Nailed it. I couldn't agree with that statement anymore. Just sounds super dumb. I don't know all these blue check mark. Abby Roberts, I don't know who that is. It seems like anybody gets blue check marks these days on Twitter. I try to stay away from Twitter. It's a complete dumpster fire. If you want to feel really dumb, go sit on Twitter for an hour. And then, all right, Trump, blah, blah, blah. It says, LOL, a Trump. This is from Antifa Lake Travis Submarine Commander. Okay. LOL, a Trumper telling someone else they sound really dumb is just so on brand. And then Abby Roberts says, A, I'm British. B, I'm not a Trumper, whatever the hell that is. C, I am anti-fascist using its proper definition, not using your made-up one. Bingo! Whoever this Abby Roberts is spot on. Listen, you don't have to be a Trumper to have voted for Trump to like his policies. You could have said, well, you know, I'm not a fan of Trump, his tweets and his boisterous and his ego and all that. You can say that and vote for his policies. That's fine. Like no to new wars, cool. Bring the troops home, cool. Banning critical race theory, super cool. But, you know, he had some good policies. All these peace agreements in the Middle East that he was up for, Nobel Peace Prizes for. Cool, good policies, great. You vote for Trump and not be a Trumper, but if you vote for Trump, 75, 76 plus million people, you're a fascist. I don't know. So anyway, sorry, I got off a little track there. I don't understand these people the way they think. So Seth Rogen says, I don't know if you're aware of what's happening in America, but inspiring your political party's followers to forcibly overturn an election you lost with deadly violence is literally fascism. See, he's lost. He's in that Hollywood elite bubble, Seth Rogen. He's just completely lost. It's so sad. He didn't inspire, Ted Cruz didn't inspire anybody to go commit deadly violence. Listen, you guys, I know you guys, my audience out there, you guys are smart enough to see how complete and utterly absurd this statement from Seth Rogen is. You guys, I read all the comments. I respond to the comments. I know you guys that are watching this are very smart. You guys can look at this and say, yeah, Seth Rogen sounds like a complete idiot. Sorry, Seth. And listen, I'm bummed out. One thing about Trump, one thing about the last 4 years is Donald Trump exposed a lot of people. Not just in politics, Hollywood, pro athletes, a lot of people in your personal lives. So many of these Hollywood people, so many pro athletes came out that I didn't know their political leanings, nor did I care. I like to watch NBA basketball I like to watch Seth Rogen in Pineapple Express because I wanted to see Seth Rogen be fun, whatever movie. But now they come out and act like this. I don't find him funny anymore. I look at like someone that acts and talks like this, and this might be me. This just might be dumb for me to think of. But like if I was on Netflix the other night, Pineapple Express happened to be on it, and I didn't have any interest. Superbad was on it with Seth Rogen. Superbad's a funny movie from a while back. I had no interest in watching these because of the dumb, like, I can't, it's almost like I don't look at Seth Rogen the same anymore. And that's sad. That's my loss, I guess, but whatever. So it just went back and forth with Ted Cruz and Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen, it's just ridiculous. So one of Ted Cruz's funny responses is Seth Rogen said something about a film. He said, everyone who made that film would hate you. Ted Cruz comes, it just, like I said, it went back and forth, and I didn't want to get the whole Twitter feed up here. So Ted Cruz comes back with, and listen, I'm not like I said, I don't really care about Ted Cruz one way or another. I don't like any politicians, Democrat, Republican. Excuse me, I think there's some worse Republicans out there, but I don't know. I don't care about Ted Cruz, but I just think what Seth Rogen said was so ridiculous, and the way he said this, boom. Props to Ted Cruz. I think he won this Twitter battle, if that's saying anything. All right, so when Seth Rogen said everyone who made that film would hate you, Ted Cruz said, they're all dead, so I think we're good. And Walt Disney was a Republican, which I didn't know, and I don't care. Even though you behave okay, this is funny. This is where he won. Even though you behave online like a Marxist with Tourette's, screaming F you is really, really clever. And it's true, there was a bunch of tweets from Seth Rogen that just said F you, F off you fascists, F you, just like a little child. Like, Grow up, man. So even though you behave online like a Marxist with Tourette's, boom, shots fired. Screaming F you, F you is really, really clever. Your movies are typically pretty funny. I'm sure you hate that I enjoy them. Burn! You just burnt right there. Ted Cruz just boom, dropped the bomb on him. Seth Rogen reading that tweet, it was probably just driving him crazy. Probably just wanted to tear his skin off. He was so angry. That's Hollywood, guys. That's what we're dealing with. Sad, 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 but true. And good for Ted Cruz. Great response. Good for him for not feeding into the childish BS of Seth Rogen's. F you, fascist. F you, fascist. I think that was a good comeback by Ted Cruz. All right, so let's jump right in. I didn't want to make this a long, drawn-out video. Next one's going to be short and sweet. This is great. Kid Rock. And listen, am I a Kid Rock fan? Yeah, kind of. I like Kid Rock. I think he's super funny. He's been in a couple movies. Not a terrible actor. Not great. He's okay. Some of his music I like. Some I don't. I like overall, in general, I like Kid Rock. I happen to like him better because of this. So you know how all these far lefties, AOC, and the people they're calling for deprogramming Trump supporters, and we got to put them in these re-education camps. And the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like when I started hearing that, I said, these people have completely lost their goddamn minds. Like this is literally the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. So Kid Rock decides to drop a tweet to answer all that. So funny, and he throws a picture of himself in it. All right. And I'm going to end it real quick after this. Just to be clear and follow up, these far left socialist liberals and media can deprogram these nuts. Everyone else have a great weekend. Kid Rock. Okay, and then he's got a picture of himself walking on the beach with his shorts on saying, headed to deprogramming. Headed to deprogramming to what? Headed to deprogramming to whoop some ass. Oh my God, that's great. Tweet of the year so far for 2021 goes to Kid Rock. That's awesome. Listen, anybody in modern day America that says we need to be reprogrammed, 75 million, 80 million people need to be reprogrammed for the way they voted, or some policies they liked or anything like that, is insane. Absolutely insane. Kid Rock handled them. AOC, what do you think of that, huh? Just to be clear and follow up, these far left socialist liberals and media can deprogram these nuts. Everyone else have a great weekend. Kid Rock headed to deprogramming to whoop some. Okay. All right, guys. That's it. I just wanted to come back. Like I said, I've been gone a week, a little rusty, but I got a new microphone, pumped. Another camera coming in. We're going to try that. We got some stuff. You'll see. We got some cool stuff coming up. So like I said, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Let's have some fun, guys. Join me on this journey. Got some more cool videos coming up. So stay tuned. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Listen, the world's gone crazy. So be a good person, help others, and we're going to get through this. Peace.